Hey, how's it going? This is your host, Tim McDANIEL, again at the Housing Podcast. And today we are going to be talking Q&A, questions and answers. We have a very special guest. And yeah, she has some very interesting topics that she wanted to cover today with us. And so, yeah, we hope this session to be a very insightful for the listeners. And if you guys want to chime in, call in, feel free to call in 855-9-RECORD. So how are you, Miss Ray? Welcome to the podcast.
I'm doing great. How's your Friday going?
It's definitely going. Excited to be here, with you all and just being able to, share this. I love talking housing. I love, being able to network with other people. So this is my happy space.
I'm glad to hear that. Well, I did prepare a bunch of questions for you, at least really pressing topics in real estate that I would appreciate an actual real estate or an actual person that is in real estate or within the industry, your output or your just your 2 cents on what's happening right now.
Okay.
Regardless of the like, it's not going to be an in-depth market update, but some of
Yeah.
the topics that the viewers would, I think, would love to know about. Um, should we jump right into it? Or
Yeah. Yeah, we can just jump right in.
okay, perfect. So first is I know that right now there has been a lot of people moving from cities to the suburbs. Like, how do you think is that affecting the market? What's the impact, and why do you think is it happening like as of this time, like right now?
I was trying to think of a image that would describe what's happening. I guess if you think of a riverbed, um,
Hmm.
not that's probably a bad example. So the best way to explain what's happening in the market in regards to kind of people moving to the suburbs versus the cities is just keeping the market up. So the example that I was thinking about is say there's two halves,
Hmm.
of the same cup, and there's a middle point. And say if the price is going down for one type of unit, say the
Hmm.
suburbs, then you got the people from the city pouring over here. So now it's evening back out again, right?
Hmm.
So prices aren't really getting the opportunity to drop, even though it should be, given the raise of interest rates. And that's
Hmm.
the dilemma that we're dealing with. Real estate is the number one probably reason for the inflationary rates continuing to go up. And it's just a high demand for real estate. So on the residential
Hmm.
side, suburbs, you still have some affordability, but it's filling up very quickly. So the average of prices is going up, is the average, but you can still find a good deal in those suburb areas that you referred to.
Definitely. And this goes alongside the next topic that is pressing in real estate right now, which is how the rental market or the rental property market is declining.
Mm.
Um, so, do you think that goes side by side too? Like, when the rental properties are declining, they're investing more on suburbs or properties in the suburbs area. And how how do you think is that impacting the real estate market right now?
COVID played a big part in kind of that change in preference. A lot of people realize, like, hey, if I'm stuck at home and I'm in this big apartment, my kids don't have any outside space to play. If they're in a neighborhood that's probably doesn't have a lot of outside space like parks or next to, somewhere that can entertain themselves, people are just
Mhm.
decided like, hey, if I get stuck again at home, like I want to actually like my home. So yeah, I would say there's a lot more people wanting to live in, smaller type of property types. So a lot of people are getting away from the large apartments. There's more people wanting to take advantage of the single family home, duplexes, triplex, fourplex type of housing opportunities, which is very limited, right? And so most times when people are building new construction properties, they're trying to maximize, how many units they can build, meaning that they're usually, building more than 4 units on a site if they can. But if it's zoned,
Mhm.
for single family, then they just max it out at 4. But with the whole changing laws with the ADUs, I mean, it's just, people are fighting for some space and privacy right now.
That is true. And as I mean, as far as the I would say the impact on on a real estate agent standpoint, is this something beneficial, or is it causing, because I know there's a shortage in listings, at least that was the recent report that I was reading through.
Hmm.
um, so there's a current shortage of sellers in the market right now, or
Hmm.
properties in general.
Right.
um, what's the impact of this, on a real estate agent standpoint? I mean, for your clients, are there a lot of buyers that are inquiring or reaching out looking for properties, and how are you resolving this for them, or how are you working through this?
Well, as a housing professional, we're kind of just, we're just kind of stuck in the middle. You have your policymakers that creates the laws, and then, you kind of have um, the Fed, who kind of sets the rates in the marketplace. And so, us as professionals are kind of stuck in the middle, seeking solutions to,
Yeah.
helping people that's interested in selling their home, or doing something with their property. Even doing refinances are has stalled. So not just listings, but refinancing, and so all of that means is the activity is going to dry up for the majority of professionals right now.
Mhm.
Um, and so it's going to be those that have the best business model, that maybe have the biggest budget, that's going to be the active players in the marketplace
Mhm.
still. There's still room for new folks, which is why, we heavily advocate, to bring new leaders in the housing professions, because I think that's kind of what it takes. It takes leadership. Is beyond it just trying to find an affordable property, right? It is literally about, advocating, for the marketplace to maintain fair pricing, whether it's for sale or if you're trying to buy something, making sure that, you're advocating a fair price. So a lot of it has to do with just knowing the marketplace as a professional, knowing what the value should be based on the activity. There's still a lot of delusional buyers and sellers out there, but it's our job as professionals to give them the reality of the marketplace and give them kind of their needs versus their wants right now.
Yeah, just be very realistic on the prices. I get that. But there was at least I think for the past 3 years, they said,
Uh-huh.
there was a spike on housing prices.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
So,
mhm.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I would just say it was a boom. There was, like, especially in California. We built almost close to 10,000 units, and so really it was the cost, the the cost in general to build property was increasing. I know some of the biggest players that was was building during this period that you were talking about. And because they were building, they were refinancing, they was resetting those prices. So most of the refinancing is what set those high prices in the marketplace after all of these construction companies, took out maybe a hard money loan, or, some type of, temporary loan or financing product in order to, build the product. And then, once they got built, they got their certificate of occupancy, right? They refinance out, and now you got this high valuation on this property. But if you look at the real value, what is that property bringing in? It wasn't adding up. So yeah, I can definitely agree that, properties were getting out of control, mainly because of the cost to build. And that was kind of just raising the prices everywhere. Anytime it takes more money to build a property, usually that property owner charges more to make their money back. right? And then that impacts the current inventory in terms of the comparables that's available in the marketplace. So even the regular properties that's been on the market, or maybe that hasn't had any updates or upgrades, even has increased. If you used to look at the affordable housing market, the two-bedroom vouchers went from 2,100 to 2,500 over a 2-year period. So if you look at that percentage wise, that's over a 20% uh, you know, interest
Yeah,
increase. Yeah.
and that still depends in what city you're in or what state.
Yeah. It depends on the areas and the payment standard, all of that stuff. But like I said, it's like when one goes up, it kind of raises the other
Yeah.
areas because people, migrate to those affordable areas.
And another topic that I'm really curious, what's your take on this, is geopolitical risks, political, capital markets, and real estate uncertainty. What can you say about that? Or what's your
I know what I,
opinion
I,
on
I
that?
know what I wanted to say, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna stay professional because politics politics has nothing to do with us helping people. Um, and what was the other thing? You definitely caught my attention with the politics part. And then what was the
Yeah.
what was the other parts?
Capital markets and the
Mhm.
uncertainty in the real estate market.
Okay. So I guess I'll start with the politics only because like I'm kind of a big politic guy. I follow politics very closely. Um, I would say we need we need more what do they call it? Um we need more cheerleaders about, kind of like the housing industry. Right now is very negative. The conversations, everything is about, asking taxpayers for more money. I haven't seen a lot of analysis about some of the current programs and how those can be revamped or maybe reinvested in. I think it's more of a try to catch the eye of the voter type of politics that's going on. So as a housing professional, I would say I hate to tell people to put their blinders on, but put your blinders on because most of it is just a lot of talk. A lot of changes aren't really happened outside of the eviction moratorium that ended. Everything else is kind of typically the same, even in the capital markets. I mean, that has changed a lot, only because there's so many new, kind of funds that's participating in a residential marketplace. Even with the introductory of opportunity funds, that's more of a federal program in which that attracted hedge funds and many big private investors, that's willing to put their money, in a fund for over 10 years, which has attracted new investors in low income communities, which is what's going on now. Most of these big institutions have kind of like become a player in these affordable areas where at first maybe there was some red zoning going on. They call it war zone areas, and they wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. But all of that has changed, giving all the incentives with the opportunity funding, with the transit oriented developments. So yeah, you just got now we're real estate now we're competing with Wall Street.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like the competition and how it's being related.
Mhm.
Do you think at some point real estate would decline as Wall Street declined or in the 90s? Or
That's a
is
good
this going to
question.
be
I
a
mean,
continuous need, you think?
so I don't know if you follow the markets at all, but
Hmm.
it's been a noticeable change in regards to where the big money has kind of established themselves. A lot of the big money has kind of sat into technology stocks, and I also see that same thing in real estate. I see a lot of big money sitting into real estate assets. So that being the case, the price won't drop. The price will continue to go up on the residential end. I can see it dropping on the commercial end just because there's not a lot of enterprises that's still using offices. So it's just a changing marketplace in terms of the need for some of the commercial spaces. So that really has nothing to do with nothing other than business owners aren't using offices that much. But
Honestly, yeah.
yeah, but on the residential side, unfortunately, that's kind of the scary part that we want to prepare, our community for, is to learn about these subsidized programs that you can leverage to make sure that you can subsidize the rent that you can afford. Usually, these programs are set up to be where it's based on your income. So, say for example, the rent is $3,000 and your income is $1,000, then you will only have to pay 30% of your income, right? And say your income increased to 3,000, now you pay 30% of that, which is 900 or whatever. um and that's the same example. So say the unit was $1,000, right, and
Mhm.
you made $1,000, right. You only have to pay still that 300. So it has nothing to do with the rent. It's all about the subsidy program. So that's what we try to teach people about the AMI um indexes, because that's
Mhm.
kind of how you figure out if you're extremely low income or if you're moderately income, and then which type of subsidy programs are available for you.
Understood. Well, those are very good points, and I did learn a lot from it. Um, I guess my question is, I mean, at least my final question to sum it all up,
Hmm.
um, regarding the uncertainty in the real estate market.
Yeah.
Um, what is something that you're looking forward to, like as of this
I'm
time?
just looking forward to really elevate and emerging new leaders in the space. I feel like it's been dominated by the baby boomer generation,
Mm-hmm.
for the past 40 years, which is fine. I learned a lot from the baby boomer generation, you
That's true.
know, and when I first got started in real estate, like I said, I had to learn a lot. A lot of the stuff has changed, but a lot of those old lessons that those baby boomers kind of made a thing. It's coming back. Examples like seller financing, subject twos, even reverse mortgages. We don't really do too much of that, but these are like concepts that were created, recently, and now they're being reintroduced as solutions for people. So I just think, like, in general, like, us being able to really impart a greater knowledge base into these emerging leaders is going to allow them to really harness the opportunities that's going to be in the future. The opportunities are going to look like more group oriented opportunities, in which, you know, because of the assets price, is going to probably require, people like myself and other small professionals to group together to be able to take advantage of these bigger opportunities, and building up communities, building up affordable housing complexes, and even administering housing services. I think there's been a big change even in regards to what a housing professional is. For the most part, it has been somebody who's licensed with the state, and legally able to transact real estate business. But I've learned that is becoming more and more and more about your relationships in the community and your ability to advocate for the best solutions for your community. Every community is different. They have their own community plan, and all of these things that we've discussed many times on this platform before. And so I'm looking forward, to just having a platform that professionals can come to, have that um have that trust that we have their best interests at heart, and then also the fact that we want to have resources readily available. So if they need access to some information, or if they need access to tools, that they can come to us at the Housing Business Owners, or at the Housing Podcast, and be able to access it in an easy, affordable manner. So that's what I'm mostly excited about is that, we have held ourselves up, to be leaders in the marketplace. And, that allows us to hold ourselves accountable. It allows us not to blame anyone for any results that we're not getting or things that's not happening in the marketplace because we do have the power to change policies in our local communities. And because we do, we don't make excuses, right? We provide solutions and we partner with those decision makers to make sure those solutions are happening sooner than later.
Well, thank you. Those are very helpful for me, like as far as learning and especially getting to know the market and getting an idea of how a real estate agent is looking into the updates or everything that's happening, the current events, especially in the industry. So thank you so much for sharing those, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to doing another recording session with you very soon.
All right. Well, I'll see you soon. And yeah, I'll just finish up here. But I just like to thank you again and maybe even give a shout out. Who you want to give a shout out to, I'll let you decide.
So yes, I actually am from Story. We work as a digital marketing platform. We have an app that, well, we can help you as far as topics and improving your presence online. So if you want to check us out, I can share the link with you, Tim, and maybe you can include it in the description or anything. But yeah, I'm a representative from Story.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, like, Story has been amazing. Ray's amazing. She always has feedback about, how my social media is performing, suggestions on maybe what I should focus on. They kind of partner as they work together as a team, and we've invested in it, so, being a part of our network, right? You have access to these tools, you just don't hear about these type of tools and resources for housing professionals, right? And it's specifically for housing professionals. And so we want to thank you again for coming on and sharing how you helped me establish my online presence.
Thank you so much, Tim. You guys enjoy the rest of the podcast.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Today was just, to get a couple of Q&A responses made. But before I end, are you a housing professional or an individual with a passion for helping and advocating for low income households? If so, we have an incredible opportunity for you. Introducing the Housing Business Owners Course. It's a comprehensive program designed to equip you with the knowledge and skills needed to excel in the housing industry. Whether you're already working in the housing sector or looking to make a difference in the lives of low income households, our course is tailored to meet your needs. We offer 3 levels of expertise or membership levels. We have a pro level, an expert level, and an elite level. Each level is carefully crafted to provide you with the right tools and resources to succeed. With our pro level, it's priced at $240 per month. You will gain access to a wealth of foundational knowledge, industry insights, and practical tips to kickstart your housing business journey. Ready to take your expertise to the next level? Our expert level is priced at $480 per month, and it offers an in depth exploration of advanced housing strategies, legal frameworks, and effective management techniques to make sure that you have the edge in the marketplace. And for those that who aspire to be at the top of their game, our elite level, priced at $800 per month, provides exclusive access to industry experts, personalized coaching, and networking opportunities that can propel your housing business to new heights. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to enhance your skills, expand your network, and make a lasting impact on low income households. Join the Housing Business Owners course today and unlock your full potential in the housing industry. Visit our website or call us now to get started. That's it. All right. Yeah, what you doing? Okay. Okay. All right. Mhm. Okay. Oh, that's what's up, man. I just try to be honest, because I don't have all the answers, so I just try to be honest with it. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but that's why I like it because, to be honest, like a lot of the laws that they created was created like to be super racist. So without us saying that, we just say, hey, we're gonna help fix this problem. Yeah, yeah, okay, nice, yes. Um, did you see her email? Yeah, y'all open the link. Yeah. Um, okay, sounds great. Yeah, I really appreciated that the last video. I watched it a few times, and I used a lot of their feedback. So you know, really helpful. Yeah, yeah. Allard, you too. Have a good
All
weekend.
right, Ray. Thanks.